Start that over.
That's great. Starts with the airplane, birds, and snakes. Well, actually, bats and snakes. Something about, I don't know how this thing sings. It's REM. Platypus, Gigantopithecus, Central Banks. Then ow, take ow, ow, fricka, 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 pure fire.
It's the end of the world.
Uh-oh, jump, flow, big snakes, bad snakes, other things. Somebody broke the earth. It's the end of the world as we know it.
It's the end of the world as they knew it. It is the end of the world as we know it. I feel fine. Because it's Bigfoot Day. Somebody said it was Sasquatch Day. Is that true? I really don't know the words of this song at all. At all.
Some motivation. Fractional reserve banking. Central banks did $1. It is the end because they're giving you universe-based income, monetary theory, and some other stuff. End of the world and concentration camps. It's the end of the world.
Did y'all watch Dr. Buttar? It's the end of the world as we know it. You should not be surprised. Somebody broke the earth. Did y'all see that? I don't know if I can do that. Oh my gosh, the stuff. Oh my goodness. Why do I look so light? Something ain't right. Oh no. Woo, goodness gracious. Y'all got me with They said Ice Cube is the end of the world as we know. Somebody said Ice Cube's a white supremacist now. I've been darkening my skin. Hold on a second. I gotta modify this. He apparently went to go meet with the Trump campaign. He was on CNN. And people are surprised. I'm just like, yeah, no, it's too late for surprise. You need to read more. All right, stop, party. Stop. I don't even know the words to that song. I love that song. Why do you like songs you don't even know the words to? That's just weird. It's the end of the world as we know it. I can't even see my own damn video. It's the end of the world as we know it. Oh, I don't even know where to start today. I have no damn idea. All I'm saying is, I should just call this "I told you so." I sometimes I think about what I want to say and just coming up within minutes of trying to say it. People send me stuff. It's the end. Oh, and we're not safe. Who is the kid in that meme? Y'all know that meme where the kid like standing there and he's peeing on himself. He's like, I'm not safe, and he's peeing on himself. That's us right now. You better stop acting like you're safe, and you're not safe. When you're not safe, oh Lord, there she's right. It's your fault. Between you and Deanna and a few others, yeah, Ivana and Deanna and a few others ruined my morning, sending me this stuff, realizing that I ain't safe. We ain't safe, y'all. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start. Between Ice Cube and now y'all saying he's a white supremacist because he was on CNN meeting with Donald Trump team and Dr. Buttar in Canada in concentration camps and it is Bigfoot's birthday. Is it Bigfoot's birthday? Is that what it is? How do you have a Bigfoot day? Somebody explain that to me. How is it Sasquatch Day? Or was that a joke, meaning Sax Squatch? Was that a joke? It was like, is it really Gigantopithecus Day, or is it Durrell's Day, or is it Have y'all ever seen Sasquatch? I would play Sasquatch, but I'd get a copyright hit. I love me some Sasquatch. I post his videos all the damn time. Y'all know who Sasquatch is? Come on, everybody. Somebody broke the planet, so just... You know what? It's funny. It's hilarious how all of this comes together. Because it actually makes perfectly good sense. So I got this picture here, this Gigantopithecus, them hanging out, the big dudes on the other side. They got their sticks and fire and resources and land and stuff, and you got the little ones over here plotting against them. And that actually explains why your world is broken. They broke the earth. Somebody broke your damn planet. Yeah, you probably shouldn't. You know what? There's an ancient Tibetan saying, and it says, "Don't vote for people that broke your planet." What is the name of that kid? Remember the kid who liked to do bad things? Milton. Milton. That's it. Don't vote for Milton. Don't vote for Milton. I like to do bad things. I might have to watch Milton this morning. He stole his grandmama SUV. And he broke it. Somebody stole your earth and broke it. So now they want to give you universal basic incomes and they need to cure you. We need to make the first GMO humans, and people are like, yay, it's okay as long as we get Donald Trump. Speaking of that, I have to change. This is not my color. I have to change a lot. It's a lot of lights. I'm sweating. It's hot. It's not because I'm scared or nothing. I told you they was gonna break your earth. I told you don't let the bankers play with your globe because they're gonna break that mother. That's exactly what they did, keeping human conflict alive. Let me change my colors a little bit. Y'all start calling me Ice Cube. Is that really a thing? I have not been paying attention. I have not been paying attention because got important stuff to do. Breaking the planet is not. It's not significant. It's not significant. I have gardening to do. It's the end of the gardening season. I got to make trellises and I'm drying fruits and stuff. And I'm in here sweating now because I got my essential oil maker right here. I got my distiller going. It's hot as hell in here. Let me turn the light down a little bit. That's not my true color. I smoke a fire. There you go. That's better. That's better. I didn't go meet with Donald Aloysius Trump. Did y'all hear Ice Cube's explanation? I only heard like a minute of it. And I was like, yeah, he said the truth. He said the truth because they're not listening. They're not listening. He said the truth, but the left not listening to what he said. You know, this is how you know you're disconnected from people. You know, they act like we are the people. It's like, no, you're disconnected from people. You don't understand. Ice Cube, he know thyself-ish. I don't know if he knows thyself, but he grew up in South Central LA. He is not here to play with Jim Crow Joe. You have no idea what I'm talking about. So I don't even know where to start. What are we gonna talk about today, y'all? Let me bring in YouTube and we'll get started. I don't know which ones I want to jump into. It's just so much we could talk about. But it is the end of the world. Somebody broke your earth, and so now they're gonna walk us into slave camps as soon as they make everybody genetically modified. The first genetically modified humans. Everybody who shares the video. You're gonna be the first one they fix. You're gonna be the first one to save grandmama with the fix. They're gonna fix you. That's exactly what they want to do in every explanation of that phrase. They want to fix the human race. The human race is broken. They're gonna fix everybody. Create the first Moderna. What's the name? Moderna, something like that. The corporation that's gonna fix and save everybody. Give you some new DNA. Everybody excited and happy about getting that new DNA. We're gonna get fixed. I don't know why I think that's funny. It's hilarious because they ain't fixing me. That's why it's hilarious. It's hilarious to me because no, Kanye West was correct, sir. Slavery is a choice, and you go ahead and play with that if you want to. You're not gonna play with it over here. That's just not gonna happen. You get your toys, you go play with the other kids. All right, so where are we gonna start? Let's start with Bhutar. I think that was probably the most profound thing that people need to. We're not safe, y'all. We ain't safe. We're not safe. We're not. Nope. All right, let's stop. Y'all vote. Have you voted yet? Have you mailed in your cards? There we go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. No, don't say no G team. Who said that? Jonathan? No, ain't no G nothing. No G team. I ain't got nothing to do with this. My name is Milton. I ain't in it. Name is Bennett. I ain't in it. All right, we'll start right about
ADFW. So just make sure that you understand this too.
Go back. It's probably gonna be the last one. After that, yeah, they probably not.
Transitioning of individuals into the Universal Basic Income Program.
Ooh, no. Ooh, you're telling secrets. Don't tell them secrets. Let me start right about here. This is good. This is the important part to start. He's slow to start.
So here's what it comes down to. The roadmap and aim was set out by the PMO and is as follows. And I hate looking down when I'm reading this, so let me see if I can read it this way. All right. Phase in secondary lockdown restrictions on a rolling basis, starting with major metropolitan areas first and expanding outward. Expected by November 2020. Next one, rush the acquisition of or construction of isolation facilities across every province and territory, expected by December 2020. These are concentration camps they're talking about. Daily new cases of COVID-19 will surge beyond capacity of testing. Interesting that they already know that they're going to surge, right? Why? Because they know that if there is such a virus out there, assuming that there's a real virus out there, the testing is already it's already predetermined. They're testing, they're attenuating, they're basically amplifying the RT-PCR test to the point that every human being will test positive. That's what their goal is. All right, so the daily new cases of COVID will surge beyond capacity of testing, including increases in COVID-related deaths following the same growth curves, expected by end of November 2020. Complete and total secondary lockdown, much stricter than the first and second rolling phase restrictions, expected by end of December 2020, early January 2021. Reform and expansion of the unemployment program to be transitioned into the Universal Basic Income Program, expected by Q1 2021. Projected COVID-19 mutation and or co-infection with secondary virus referred to as COVID-21, leading to a third wave with much higher mortality rate and higher rate of infection, expected by February 2021. Daily new cases of COVID-21 hospitalizations and COVID-19 and COVID-21 related deaths will exceed medical facility capacities expected by Q1, Q2 of 2021. Enhanced lockdown restrictions referred to as third lockdown will be implemented. Full travel restrictions will be imposed, including inter-province and inter-city, expected by Q2 2021. Guys, understand that. That means that if you're in British Columbia, you can't go to Quebec. All right? This is what they're talking about. And if you're in one city and you're trying to go into another city in the same province, they're not going to allow you to do that. This is in Canada. Of course, they're going to try to roll this out, and I'll get to that point here in a second. All right. Transitioning of individuals into the Universal Basic Income Program, expected mid-Q2 2021. Projected supply chain breakdowns in inventory storage, large economic instability, all expected late Q2 2021. Deployment of military personnel into major metropolitan areas as well as all major roadways to establish travel checkpoints, restrict travel and movement, provide logistical support to the area, expected by Q3 2021. Along with that provided roadmap, the Strategic Planning Committee was asked to design an effective way of transitioning Canadians to meet an unprecedented economic endeavor, one that would change the face of Canada and forever alter the lives of Canadians. All right, guys, this is where it gets really disturbing, as if it's not already disturbing. What we are told was that in order to offset what was essentially an economic collapse on an international scale, that the federal government was going to offer Canadians a total debt relief. So people are getting excited about that. That sounds good, but wait. This is how it works. The federal government will offer to eliminate all personal debts, all mortgages, all loans, all credit cards, etc., which all funding will be provided to Canada by the IMF under what will become known as the World Debt Reset Program. In exchange for acceptance of this total debt forgiveness, the individual would forfeit ownership of any and all property and assets forever. In exchange for acceptance of this total debt forgiveness, the individual would forfeit ownership of any and all property and assets forever. The individual would also have to agree to partake in the COVID-19 and COVID-21 vaccination schedule, which will provide the individual with unrestricted travel and unrestricted living even under a full lockdown. So if you agree, you can go do anything you're doing as long as you partake in the COVID-19 and COVID-21 vaccination schedule, regardless of the lockdown. Magically you take this vaccine and boom, guess what? You don't have to social distance, you don't have to wear a mask anymore because you have already gotten your vaccines. All right? So this is unrestricted living even under a full lockdown through the use of a photo identification referred to as Canada's Health Pass. Committee members asked who would become the owner of the forfeited property and assets in that scenario, and what would happen to lenders or financial institutions we were simply told the World Debt Reset Program will handle all of the details. So when they were asked what happens to the property and what happens to the banks, don't worry about it, we're going to take care of it. That's what they were told. All right. And now it gets really, really interesting. Wow. Committee members asked who would become, I read that. Several committee members also questioned what would happen to individuals if they refused to participate in the World Debt Reset Program or the Health Pass or the vaccination schedule. The answer we got was very troubling. Essentially, we were told it was our duty to make sure we come up with a plan, meaning the Liberal Party was told that it was their duty to come up with a plan to ensure that would never happen. We were told it was in the individual's best interest to participate. When several committee members pushed relentlessly to get an answer, we were told that those who refused would first live under the lockdown restrictions indefinitely, and that over a short period of time, as more Canadians transitioned into the debt forgiveness program, the ones who refused to participate would be deemed a public safety risk and would be relocated into isolation facilities. Once in those facilities, they would be given two options: participate in the debt forgiveness program and be released, or stay indefinitely in the isolation facility under the classification of a serious public health risk and have all your assets seized. As you can imagine, after hearing all of this, it turned into quite the heated discussion and escalated beyond anything I've ever witnessed before. In the end, it was implied by the PMO that the whole agenda will move forward no matter who agrees with it or not. That it won't just be Canada, but in fact, all nations will have similar roadmaps and agendas, that we need to take advantage of the situations before us to promote change on a grander scale for the betterment of everyone. The members who were opposed and ones who brought up key issues that would arise from such a thing were completely ignored. Our opinions and concerns were ignored. We were simply told to just do it. All I know is that I don't like it, and I think it's going to place Canadians into a dark future. So guys, now you know why I was hesitating to release this information.
Oh, I know why.
But now you also understand why it's so critical. Now, I want you guys...
Well, critical is such a special word. So welcome, PSRs. What is it? Public service risk? No, public health. What is it? PHR? What are we called? Damn it, I forgot. Let me go back. Are we PHRs or PSRs? The people who don't want to be GMO humans.
to promote change on a grander scale for the betterment of...
Oh, you're late. You shouldn't be late.
The individual would also have to agree to
Supposed to
partake
run.
in the COVID-19 and COVID-21 vaccination schedule,
it's 19.
which will provide the individual with unrestricted travel
You can go
and
free.
unrestricted living, even under a full lockdown. So if you agree, you can go do anything you're doing as long as you partake in the COVID-19 and COVID-21 vaccination schedule, regardless of the lockdown. Magically, you take this vaccine and boom, guess what? You don't have to social distance, you don't have to wear a mask anymore because you have already gotten your vaccines. All right? So this is unrestricted living even under a full lockdown through the use of a photo identification referred to as Canada's Health Pass.
Oh, the Canada Health Pass.
Committee members asked who would become the owner of the forfeited property and assets in that scenario, and what would happen to lenders or financial institutions. We were simply told the World Debt Reset Program will handle all of the details. So when they were asked what happens to the property and what happens to the banks, don't worry about it, we're going to take care of it. That's what they were told. All right. And now it gets really, really interesting.
Oh, it gets interesting at that. After that, I'm not. I'm just. I
2020.
don't know what we are.
Projected COVID-19 mutation and or co-infection
PSRs,
personnel
right?
into
These
major
days.
metropolitan areas, as well as all major roadways to establish travel checkpoints.
Hold on, let me stop. All right. Oh, Trump demands Barr probe allegations against. Yes, anybody who's watching, I just got a pop up. You might want to check off and go see what Trump said. We're so not safe. We're so not safe. Let me read some comments. No, I want to go back and see were PSRs or PSAs. I forgot which one. Got to make sure we do. Yeah, Bex, that's correct. When somebody breaks the planet, that's the right word to use right there. Hold on. I don't know why this is funny to me.
restrict travel and movement, provide people are getting excited about that. That sounds good, but wait. This is how it works. The federal government will offer to eliminate all personal debts, all mortgages, all loans, all credit cards, etc., with all funding, social distance. You don't have to wear a mask anymore because you have already gotten your vaccines. Right?
Africa, give you some
So this is
freedom.
unrestricted living under that would never happen. We were told it was in the individual's best interest to participate. When several committee members pushed,
See, you can't say no. Who said don't consent? You don't know what you're talking about. They just said it's impossible to say no. They didn't even give him an answer. They just said there's no such thing as no. Somebody said, who's that, Adam? Yeah, okay. You try to do not consent to people with tanks and bombs and death energy weapons and genetically modified mosquitoes and bees that can pollinate crops. You're not going to say no to that, brother. Watch Blackbeard. Let it finish. Hold on. I was going to jump in. Let it finish. I have not watched this yet. I found it
relentlessly to get an answer. We were told that those who refused would first live under the lockdown restrictions indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
And that over a short period of time, as more Canadians transitioned into the debt forgiveness program, the ones who refused to participate would be deemed a public safety risk and would be relocated into isolation facilities. Once in those facilities, they would be given two options: participate in the debt forgiveness program and be released, or stay indefinitely in the isolation facility under the classification of a serious public health risk and have all your assets seized. As you can imagine, after hearing all of this, it turned into quite the heated discussion and escalated beyond anything I've ever witnessed before. In the end, it was implied by the PMO that the whole agenda will move forward no matter who agrees with it or not. That it won't just be Canada, but in fact, all nations will have similar roadmaps and agendas. That we need to take advantage of the situations before us to promote change on a grander scale for the betterment of everyone. The members who were opposed and ones who brought up key issues that would arise from such a thing were completely ignored. Our opinions and concerns were ignored. We were simply told to just do it. All I know is that I don't like it, and I think it's going to place Canadians into a dark future. So guys, now you know why I was hesitating to release this information, but now you also understand why it's so critical. Now, I want you guys to download these videos, this video in particular, download it. Why am I saying that? Because you know that in the next 2 or 3 days, you remember my first video when I got really mad when Next News Network ended up interviewing me. You remember what happened, right? 9.1 million views in 6 days, and they took everything down. So I anticipate that this could be very realistically the last time that you will be able to see me on Instagram or on Facebook or on YouTube. I have no idea. Maybe I'm wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised. But this is the reason that you need to do 3 things. 1, you need to download this video and make sure that you have it on your smart device, because they can't control that. Get it out to your friends and family. Let other people know. 2, become a relay. Let others know about this information. All right, you can share the video from your phone to phone, WhatsApp, whatever. Share it. Get it out there. And 3, make sure you subscribe down here. Okay, boom, right there, because that's the only way that I can communicate with you guys. And please, if you get if you decide to subscribe, that's totally free. You don't have to pay anything for it. You can get access to the IED.
All right, so public safety risk. You're a public safety risk if you do not have the billionaires cure. All right, so anyway, happy Bigfoot Day, everybody. Happy Bigfoot Day. Happy Sasquatch Day, everybody. Whoop, 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 whoop. And Ice Cube is a racist. Ice Cube is white supremacist. So, all right, I'm gonna do comments real quick. I thought it was fascinating. It was a great piece of information that everybody wants to rule the world, and now you realize that you were playing politics, and there was something a whole lot bigger going on. What's going on? They've already planned wave 2, wave 3. Some of us, people of us who've already cured the common cold, we waiting on wave 1. Wave 1 did not come to the people in the herd that actually eat the food they're supposed to, live the lives they're supposed to. Y'all do know that, right? We've been telling you that for damn near a long time, and they was telling me that before 15 years ago, before I started eating my ass and grandma. So wave one is not even come for the people who actually have human immune system. Wave seven, for those of y'all that just have no idea what human food is. So anyway, happy Bigfoot Day, everybody. It's the end of the world. Oh my gosh, probably soon Auschwitz will be open. Christine, Auschwitz is already open. This is just Canada getting prepared. America been ready long time. They ain't been had it. I told people that a long time ago. Oh, that's my voice. Damn it, I'm hearing weird stuff. I didn't know I was about to run out because that's my other headset and I listen on the thing. I heard somebody talking. What? I was about to be out. My bug out bag is ready to go. Y'all think I was playing. I've been prepping a long time. Okay? I was a closet prepper. I used to watch the Doomsday Preppers and laugh with y'all. In the meantime, I was learning how to make solar panels. I was learning how to make wind turbines. I was learning how to grow food. I was learning how to preserve and save food. And I understood what if you don't know what a bug out bag is, you're not going to make it. I got the pony ready to go right there. All-wheel drive, about time to be out of Dodge. They've been planning this a long time. This is just letting everybody else know. So a couple things I found to be quite interesting in that piece of information. UBI, so you know everybody's gonna run for it because like, yeah, I'm on the UBI team. I heard the word UBI. I'm supposed to go for this. This is what we've been waiting for. We're secretly plotting and planning, like the rest of the Trump folks. Secretly fighting pedophilia while starving children in Yemen because that's the moral thing to do. And so the people at the UBI team, they're gonna go for it because like, yeah, that's what we've been waiting on. Our team is secretly working from inside to give us the UBI. And you know the MMMT, they're going, because that's MMT, they're putting the money. This is what we're talking about. Somebody knows we're right, so let's support it. So I expect everybody to support it. And the rest of y'all with all them debts, everybody with debts like, oh yeah, hell yeah, honey, the house gonna be paid for. Shoot, all we gotta do is give up everything. Yeah, let's give up everything. So think about that for a minute. Like process that and say that out loud. Everything is gonna be paid for. Your debts are forgiven, but you don't own a damn piece of it. Think about that for like put them sentences together and see in your brain that does what it does in my brain. I put that stuff in and it percolates. Like, well, so all my debt's gonna be forgiven, but you're gonna rob me of everything I own. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And they're gonna give everything to the bankers and the billionaires and the 13 families. Everybody wants to rule the world. Everybody knows that. Like, ooh, let me go back. Let me go back. This is a great moment. No, that's me. I didn't want to delete me. I want to remove Batar for a second. Nope, that's two Batars. I just want to talk about Ice Cube, and then they sent me this, and I was like, well, it's the end of the world, or Ice Cube being a white supremacist. I'm not sure which is most important. Maybe y'all can help me. What's the most important? So right, so here you go. This is how this feeds in with Happy Bigfoot Day, everybody. See, everybody wants to rule the world. They over here scheming against the big ones over there. This whole bunch, it's big, it's a bunch of them. They got their spears though. See, they got sticks and it looks like he's eating a stick. You got some leaves on it because that's Bigfoot food, Gigantopithecus. That big giant Bigfoot, right? He wants to save his grandmama, so he's eating Bigfoot food. He ain't eating Twinkies and bagels and cupcakes. What y'all eat for breakfast? Y'all say grandma? I have not been saving grandma, but let y'all know that. I'm safe for grandma because I cured the common cold a long time ago, but for the last 3 days, I've been eating the American diet and wearing a face diaper, so I am not saving grandma. But see, they scheming. They figured out how to make a technology called spears. And while he's eating it, he learned how to eat and is friendly and love, and the kids are playing. They gonna take that spear technology and stick it inside of him. Same thing these banks doing, what they did with debt. And that's how they broke the globe. They broke the globe, people. So the UBI and the teams will go for it. Fear. Don't eat healthy. Just be scared. Don't save grandmama and your immune system. Just be scared, right? Every bad decision is made out of fear. Like, let's focus on the principles for a minute. Wave 3, third lockdown. Yay! Everybody's scared. Run. Be happy to turn your neighbors in. Auschwitz, the whole word N-word and the Bittner word that you can't say because they get rid of it. Now you know why you can't say or post none of his pictures. Because if you say or post Bittner, then it reminds people of the history, and then they know it's about to repeat. They won this time. They won. They're taking the whole kitty. They took the planet. Like Bittner tried to take a continent. They's like, nope, we ain't doing that. We did that with the third Reich. We're gonna do it on the fourth Reich. And then the Fifth Reich gonna come, we're gonna take the damn planet. They ain't broke the whole damn planet. On the other part, you can't say no. Adam's still here. You can't say no. I find that hilarious. There's like, well, what if the citizens don't want to go for it? There's no not going for it, people. That's not. That's why I said I'm way spiritual creature energy things, and slavery is a choice. I'm not going with y'all. That's my cat right there. That's my number. When the bus pull up there, when it's the bus, when it pulls up to your house, it's gonna have the bus for the people to get the cure, and then the bus for the people that just want to take people. That's my bus right there. This the bus gonna be labeled people who said what they can't say. I'm gonna go and get on that bus. That's the end, baby. I told you I ain't riding this one out with y'all. Oh goodness, I was listening to a Christian preacher this morning. Oh, they had made this religious. First it was health, and it was politicized and bankicide, and now the preachers, now it's a religious thing. They're like, oh no, we ain't going for this. This the end. Y'all antichrist. This is the whole thing that's building up, and then this gonna be the end, because the church is gonna stand up. Religious people, the people who actually believe, yeah, man. Look at that. See, you yelling at the Muslim like, yeah, you guys are crazy believers and strapping bombs to your chest. And now you got the Christians like, yeah, yeah, remember this. Oppressors always become the oppressed, and something about the oppressors press the oppressed, and they press back, and something happened, and then the earth break. That's the quote. All right, so third quarter 2021. Now you know you got your bug out bag ready to go. Get out of Dodge. Time to go. IMF World Debt Relief Program. Doesn't that sound good? That actually does sound kind of sexy, doesn't it? The International Monetary Fund World Debt Relief Program. Y'all free. Everybody free. This is the next emancipation that's the name proclamate. Everybody is free. So you can't own anything. I was taking notes because I wanted to know what y'all gonna get in your new normal. I ain't going with you. I'm not gonna be a GMO human. So you ain't gonna own nothing. And y'all know I agree with that. Most of the stuff I agree with. I just don't agree with the give it to the trillionaire family thing, and you got to be a GMO human to stay on the planet. I disagree with that part. But the no ownership, no board, and giving everything back there, that's for the hippies. That's for the whole Agenda 2020. We're gonna save the planet, and then we're gonna put all the humans in smart cities, and they're gonna be smart in smart cities, and we're gonna give the land back to the animals. And that is not what corporations do. All right. Anybody still think Donald Trump gonna save us? Does anybody ever think somebody else think Jim Crow Joe is coming out to save us? All right, that's it. And I'm with Buddha. Buddha, you know, you right down the street from me. She gonna be putting Canadian health passes in her basement. I'm gonna be with you. Can you get the picture now? Do I have to smile? Do I need to change the white background? I mean, I'll be defiant and stick around if I can, but I don't know. That PSR thing sounds pretty bad. It said no refusers. No refusers. All right, the first lot who do it will end up sterile or worse. Yes, David. Yes, David Jane. David Jane, explain to them that they're trying to fix you. That is the goal, to fix you. It's too many of you, they need to fix you. Slavery is a choice. Kanye West said it. Yes, the what if question's adorable. What ifs? There's no if. There's no if. They told the government, because they tell the governments, what? How long we've been telling people this, that you don't actually have a government. You got a corporation. It is a for-profit corporation. Those people get those jobs because they do what they're told. Donald Trump does what he's told. Biden's gonna do what he's told. Obama did what he was told. Clinton, Bush, all of the rest of them, May, Merkel, all of them, they do what they're told, okay? You don't have a government. No one's providing a service to the people. They've been doing a job for trillionaire families for the longest time. So it's the end. It is the end. Y'all want to hear the rest of that? Y'all want to see what Ice Cube had to explain to CNN why he wants to work with the Trump team? What was the other one? Ooh, or the Christian we can listen to. Y'all some preaching? That was good. The preacher was good. Everybody talking revolutionary. Everybody talking Civil War. Me, I was just like, yeah, y'all know that we earned this one. I agree. Let's push back, but damn it, we earned this one. We earned all of this. Every last 12 inches of whatever the hell this is, Bill Gates about to put the mark of the beast on and shove it up our rectums. We earned all of it. We got the government we deserve. We got the corporation. I get to watch live. Yes, hey heaven, heaven. You gonna go want to go to your name, girl, because it's that time. It's the rapture. It's the end. We got Christ in heaven here. Get the two of them together. Y'all might save us because we in hell. Christ, we about to go to hell. This is not a happy one. Who cares what celebrities think? Nobody should care. Courtney, they work for the everything is Hollywood. All the TV, the weather, the news, the politics. It's all Hollywood. It's all been Hollywood for a long time. Somebody being racist. Yeah, you know what, Courtney? I was going to talk about Ice Cube, but they don't want me to talk about that. So, good morning, Susan. Good morning, Patricia. It's worse than all British Commonwealth countries. Yes, Patricia Hauser. Because it's supposed to be, we're all a part of the British Empire. We're still beholden to the Bank of England, right? And everybody knows, but it's not worse for us, Patricia. It's not worse for us because if you get fixed, if you get cured, you'll live a great life till you die, which could be the day after you get fixed, but you'll live good. You won't own nobody, nothing. Nobody own you nothing. You'll be safe. The rest of the country, they's gonna level them jokers. They gonna do what they've been doing. They gonna level them jokers. They gonna just level all them lands to give all the land to the billionaires. They need to go on vacations without commoners. I just got my GUN. What? It's on my lap. Ooh, Riley Nichols. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not a pacifist. I don't know about shooting pieces of lead at people that got lasers and sprays and they got that Bob Marley foot cancer cut in your forehead like that. Boop. And then you die. I'm not sure I want to fight people like that. I just hey, look, go on. I done had a good run. With the human race, we done had a good run. Y'all done got the planet, reptilians, or whatever y'all are, demons, archons, whatever the hell y'all are. Maybe y'all should have it. Everybody consented to this. Everybody sitting there. See, yesterday y'all was fighting Donald Trump. Look at that. Yesterday he was Jesus walking on water. Now, don't be scared. Don't be scared. We asked for this. All right. Lots of live video interruptions lately. Yes, Patricia Hauser, because the monkeys is getting restless and the zoo getting too loud. Did somebody Beaufont summon me? I don't know. Somebody summoned you, Susan. Grand Cayman has very strict rules in place. Yeah, well, you know what, Rebecca? Because Grand Cayman is grand. It's grand, Rebecca, and you ain't grand. You got alligators and crocodiles. You swim in dirty water called the ocean. And you got to stay in your cage. You can't go nowhere, Grant. You can't grow. There, we are walking into the super elite, the owning class, the policing class, and everybody else. So you won't get to go nowhere. You won't own nothing. You won't own nothing. The alligator cages you got for your kitty cats, you don't own nothing. You can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing unless they tell you, and you stay right in that smart city. That's where we are. And they said this was coming, so none of this is new. Nobody should be surprised. If you're surprised, you need to read. If this is surprising, you need to read. This is where we're at. All right. Looks like Canada is on the roll out the guinea pig. Yes, well, Jonathan, Canada's going first. That's all it is. Everything else is coming down. But in America, we are worse than China. We've been a police state a long time. Long time. We just know very little bit. Very little bit about it. Damn it, man, one of my favorite vacations. What's your favorite vacation? Oh, Grand Caymans? Yeah, you can hang that up. Oh, no, you're not going there, Joe. Gerard, you were laughing because it's an alternative crime. No, it's not, Ivana. Cut it out. Where's your faith? I think I won. Actually, I think I won, Ivana. I think I'm laughing because I think the people who saw it was coming to working on spirituality and consciousness, meditation, yoga, get stretches on, having peace and one with how everything happens in the world. I think we won. I think we won. I think we're going to get our payout. We're not going back to what they call it, the third dimension. Not going to be reset back. Like, yes, it's here. Damn it, I'm so sick of hell. I'm laughing because I'm like, yeah, this is exactly how the world, works. I'm not happy when people believe the illusion, right? We're in the zoo and they think we're in some sort of panacea. No, we in hell. We've been in hell a long time. Now people see the lava. That's a good thing. Like, that's a lot of it. Yeah, that's hot. Yeah, put your foot in that. Ooh, I thought that was warm water. We was on the beach. No, this is lava, baby. Those are not leaders and politicians. Those are demons and archons and reptilians. They want to control and hand everything over to their masters. So that's why I'm laughing, because it's just like, yeah, this is probably coming to an end. We're gonna go to. So what happens after the third dimension, y'all? What is it? So if we, because I'm still new to some of this. I don't, you die and you go. We're done with the third dimension. We go to the fourth dimension. Is that gonna be fun? Is that when the 26 virgins gonna show up? When do they come around? That's gonna be in heaven. Is this where we sing with our new master and we can all just worship our new master? Which is, don't get me started on the religion. Just the idea that you're going to go and be a slave in heaven. You need to think about that. Ask yourself, if God, your heavenly Father that loves you, if when you get to heaven, it's going to give you a bunch of slave women, or it's going to make you a slave and you can worship it the rest of your existence. Does that sound like a god or a king? All right? Sounds like a king. So yeah, no, I think it's funny, Yvonne. I do. I think something about to happen. It might be positive too, Ivana. It might be. Maybe that's part of the happiness. Maybe this is the one where it's just like, yeah, now I understand. We got to do something. This might be the event. This might be the tragedy that brings a family together. This might be the one. People wake up in the morning and realize that they ain't black, they ain't Christian, they ain't Muslim, they ain't American. They ain't left, they ain't right. But they're just people enslaved on a planet that somebody just broke. Because they made everybody dependent on all the things that they produce, all their services, all their corporations, made them weak and broke the planet to enslave them. Do the cuckoo virus. So maybe this will wake people up. I think it will. All right, so basically they're going to buy us into full-fledged slavery. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Kristen Jewell. They're going to walk you right back onto the plantation. They're going to put them shackles right. But no, that's not true. That's fake news. Never mind, Susan. You're wrong. You're wrong. Because slaves own things. Didn't slaves own some stuff? I'm a little rusty on my history sometimes. I think slaves, they own a mop. You might own some shoes. You might own some socks. Because when you went free, you got to take that stuff with you. Slaves, they might have like a little piece of wood and something that they carved and made something with. As a slave, you got to own things. Y'all don't get to own nothing. After you get your GMO cure, you may not want to own nothing though. That's a gene. The gene to want to have ownership. They're going to turn that gene off. 1984, Yvonne, I think this is going to make 1984 look like a vacation. Hey, Riley on both channels. You just deleted everywhere. You blocked and banned everywhere. So she on YouTube and Facebook. Jasmine is in the house. When do we leave, Christine? The smart people leaving. Smart people in the car right now, Christine. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. The smart people, they already in the car. They got that bug out bag. It was ready. It was already in the truck. Right now, they got me playing. You get that ding, 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 because the key is in the ignition. Ding, ding, get in the car. I ain't getting The smart people already gone. They already gone. I'm stupid. I'm still here. I'm here trying to tell people, try to wake people up. Hey, people, y'all out there. I know you, and some people filling out their ballot right now. I know somebody is. Somebody listening right now, ain't you? You about to sign that name. Put today. Who you gonna check? You're gonna check the guy. It's two guys. You get two guys in America that's gonna be selected after you elect. One is fighting for his own greed, and the other is fighting for global corporate greed. So which one you gonna check? Which one you gonna check? But just let you know this, they all agree you will be cured and you'll get your DNA vaccination. That's what's gonna happen. All right, so that's when we leave. The smart people, Christine, they already left. They're already there in their bunkers, right? Remember how we was laughing at people in their bunkers 2 months ago? Mm-hmm. They're laughing now. Now they laughing. That's their turn. We like, oh, y'all in the bunkers hiding. We might make it. We consciousness. We gonna make it. We gonna, yeah. Y'all crazy. They're in the bunkers right now. Like, yep, here we go. All right, let's let him see. What did he say? Anything else after this? Y'all want to finish him? Y'all want to go see what Ice Cube got to say? Just in case. Because there is that possibility. There is a possibility that somebody was lying to Buttar. That is the possibility. Unfortunately, when you partake in this seeking God and trying to talk the truth stuff, you got to look at all angles. And the truth is, this could just be a troll. This could be the billionaires like, yeah, we can't pull it right now. We need to release something to try to scare people into control. Let's send a controlled opposition person over to Buttar, saying he was sitting at a meeting in Canada and this is what he had heard. And that is a possibility. These people are genius at what they do, y'all. They are genius. That's why I don't trust nothing, nobody, nowhere. Anybody, anything that eat bananas or was created by people to eat bananas, this monkey still got half a tail in their butt. I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nothing. All I know is I got my bug out bag and not exactly sure which way to run. Let me see, did he say anything after this? Did y'all watch this? I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched enough to like just I watched enough of this too. I couldn't stop laughing. Is it if you're scared, you don't read enough?
Do the head map and all that stuff, and watch the webinars and stuff. But there is a paid version for the members, the type of members that we have this type of communication with.
See,
that is the IADF.
See, and this is why I question things, because I don't really know nothing. I'm a monkey, and knowledge is power, and everybody, there's no unequal power. Like what did I think it was Snowden. He said that there's no equal knowledge. Right, that they keep people in certain ignorant communities and keep them ignorant, but those who know it all have the power. I got the power, and it's not you. Because now he's talking about signing up to his email list and his website. And I love Dr. Buttar to death, don't get me wrong, but why does he want you to sign to his email list? Think about it like that. Just think about it. I'm not saying that this ain't true. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying none of us knows anything. All we know, they've been playing us all from birth like we're just tiddlywinks and toddlers and just playing us on a monopoly board, right? You know, so they control all the information.
So just make sure that you understand there's two different things. But regardless, in order to maintain communication, please subscribe there, and then on the dashboard, which you have total free access to 100% for life, our plan is to have a way that there's a little bell underneath your name, and when that bell lights up, that means there's a message, and that way.
But the bell's not gonna light up when you don't have electricity and power, and they shut that power off, and we go through the days of darkness. I was telling my brother about that. I was like, he hit me back, and he was like, yeah, well, when are they gonna shut the power off? I'm like, I don't know what's happening in your community. You know, they already shut the power off in a bunch of communities, right? They shut the power off in most of California. They shut the power off in places that were riding, but when they gonna shut my power off? You tell me, give me a date. I'm like, dude, do you understand how global power works? Do I even closely look like anybody they would email and let them know when they gonna shut the power off? No. But if you think about it from because all I think we have is reasoning and critical thought, use some common sense and history. So the whole global thing, before they broke the globe, that's the globe behind me. Bring that forward real quick. This was shutting the power off, right? Because proverbial, what is shutting the power off? That's just them basically taking back from you something that you never needed to now that you need to get you to do something, right? You shut that power off, you're gonna get the monkeys to do something. They jump through some hoops, do something, get the cure, whatever they need to. So the whole time, they've been building a dependent earth and made you dependent on all the stuff that you don't need. The Twinkies and the bagels, the GMO foods, the pesticides, don't have to grow no food no more. Farmers can't even farm no more and took the land back. They've been getting you dependent. You need the water. Most people don't know it's water underneath them everywhere they go. They need the infrastructure. And so now that you need all of this, you know how the kids in the cell phone studies, they use the cell phones, their brains get wired for the cell phone, even the adults too. And they take the cell phone for 48 hours and you go through massive depression because your brain is designed, it needs those, what are those, endorphins? Are those called endorphins? The hitch that you get every time somebody boom, sends you a message like he's just talking about that's not gonna come through on the website because there ain't gonna be no websites, there ain't gonna be no power. And you don't get that, then you think people aren't thinking about you, you fall into depression, you want to kill yourself, and all of a sudden somebody says, all you got to do is get cured, I turn the power back on for you. That is actually what turning the power off is. They made you dependent on something, and they're going to take it away. Give it to you, take it away. Give it to you, take it away. Give it to you, take it away. That's turning the power off. So, I don't know. But I do know this. I know what he's talking about because I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I believe in how things always went. Look, let me close him up for a minute. I'm a little wordy. I am a little wordy, and yes, I do annoy myself, which is why I do not go back and watch myself. But so is Buttar. He wordy too. Yeah, that's why I skipped 25 minutes because he's like me. Talk all around the bush, hit the angles and principles and try to figure this, that. But he does it from a medical perspective. Then finally get to the point. I don't do points. No, I like to think out loud. I don't have time to plan this. I got slavery. So what was I gonna say? Something about boom, you got mail. Boom, message, turn the power out. We coming to this. Got this monkeys fighting them monkeys. And if you ain't monkeys, then you ain't got to worry about people breaking the earth, and you could be sustainable. I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyway, no, that this was gonna happen. Right, this was gonna happen. That this was gonna happen. Everybody wants to rule the world. We know that. Everybody wants to rule the world because the model is to make you want to rule the world. When debt controls everything, dictates where you go, who you go with, where you can go, who you can do something with, what kind of women you can meet, where they at. If you kind of got this car, that car, got a house, job, some jewelry, perfume, some cologne, what kind of man you can be around, what communities you can go to. You can go to the country club, not that. It creates a world where everybody wants to rule the world. Because nobody wants to be on the bottom. That's why they have the prison industrial complex. That's why Jim Crow Joe rewrote the black code and got the black people to vote for the man that got the black code, because that's how all of this worked. And the white supremacist side, the white president that released more brown people from prison than was ever released from prison in every other presidency. And then the man that wrote the Jim Crow Joe guy, he put more brown kids in prison with the crime bill than was ever brought here from Africa from slavery. Now, make that make some sense. That's why I'm laughing, Ivana. That's exactly why. Because none of it make no damn sense. The Republicans hate the Republic. The Democrats hate democracy. The liberals don't know what the hell liberty is at. Conservatives do not read their Bibles, and Americans don't even have a government. And that's pretty much sums up everything I got to say today. Good night and goodbye. Get my bag and get the hell out of here. All right, when the world makes no sense, that's when you don't go nowhere. You don't do nothing. Nothing making sense. These indicators are wrong. I don't understand why Ice Cube working with Donald Trump. I need to pause and just process what's going on. I might be out of touch with some things.
We don't have to worry about whether or not you got the email or if it's censored, because all you have to do is you log in. You may get an alert on your email saying that there was a message posted, and that's probably the only thing it's going to say.
Emails are so legacy worldish.
But then you can log in and actually see the message, all right? So
We
that's
need
what our
some
goal is.
stone
to be
and
able
rocks to
facilitate
write on.
Communication. Now, I've read all this stuff,
Clay
and I
tablets.
want everyone to vow right now
Oh, he's done. He
that
ready?
you are not going to be worried about this, because that's
Oh, I ain't
not
worried.
that's not what the reason that I read this one, and that's
Okay.
not why this information is coming into our power, into our awareness to scare us. Of course, that's what if they thought that it was going to scare us, they would have probably put the information out. But they don't want this information out. Why? Because they are afraid. They're afraid that it's going to wake us up. So this is not something to be fearful of. This is something to now know that you know clearly who you're dealing with. You know right in front of you what the opposition is playing at. You now understand that no matter what happens with elections and this and that, this is the New World Order agenda. So make sure you're prepared. Make sure you have just enough food and water that if something locks down, that you've got enough for a couple of weeks. Okay, this is an important thing.
Oh,
Now,
no.
I'm not saying that you need to do this today.
You need a couple months, baby. Not a couple weeks. You need a couple months. You need to make sure you can go long term. Short term is weeks. Months is long term. You have to prepare for the winter. We're coming into winter time. People who want food, ain't got no power. Same thing as shutting the power off. You would do whatever the king wants you to do. This is why the king historically would always starve his population before war. Why? Because you'll have more soldiers. That's it. They need more soldiers. They need more people to chase down Beaufort. they need Beaufort's neighbors to literally go to his house, put shackles on him and drag him out so they could be safe. But they got to wear the face diapers when they do it.
Tomorrow, but I would do it sooner rather than later. And the other thing, guys, make sure you are armed. Make sure that if you live in a free country, that in order to maintain your freedom, that you do what those forefathers had orchestrated from the get-go, which was a freedom to bear arms. So,
Are you sure? Are you sure about that, Buttar? I don't know, because maybe we should fight for gun control. Maybe maybe poor people and common people with guns are just too dangerous, and the government should have all the guns. Maybe the people who drop bombs on children should have a gun. Maybe the people that defend the Epsteins and the Ghislaines, and maybe they should have all the guns. Maybe they should have the monopoly. Maybe the people who stole all the land. Maybe the people that making everybody dependent on them. Maybe the people that does not respect any human right, legal right, law right, contract right, bill of right, constitutional right. Maybe the people who literally do everything like they don't even respect our ability to breathe oxygen should have all the guns. Anybody feel stupid about gun control now? Now you understand why I did that video a while back and I said basically slavery was gun control. That's all it was. It was gun control. If you don't have a gun, you're gonna get on that boat. They're gonna put them shotguns on you. But not me, because you can't kill me. I'm wave energy. I'm coming back. I'm gonna haunt you and whatever else. Was this it? I'm gonna move on because I think I scared some people. I'm not saying nothing. Sometimes people get a little scared. They're like, he's gonna boat. Listen, the apocalypse is good, people. I'm gonna skip ahead. Did he say anything else? I'm gonna skip ahead. We've been telling y'all this for a long time. See, now you feel stupid, don't you? Now you feel stupid. Now you reported half the people hearing me too. Like, yeah, yes, that hate speech. You're being mean. I'm gonna report you. I'm taking names. I'm gonna tell you. You feeling kind of crazy now, huh? You ain't gonna own nothing. That shirt, them drawers, the necklace, what you got on your feet? That ain't even yours. Belong to the IMF. This is the world we live in, people. We got one team. It's called human races. One race called human races. One skin color is called not Rothschild, Rockefeller, Mellon, or one of the 13 families. All right. Thank God for Dr. Butter. Yep, Dr. Butter is such a nice person. Who said that? That's hate speech. His name is Bhutar. I'm a report. All right. There you go. There you go. Now it's revealed. What else we want to talk about? Can we talk about Ice Cube now? It's revealed. Surprise! Open your package. Slavery! Oh, I always wanted slavery. Oh, you're going back. Carmen, respect my authority. There you go. You voted for authority. Now you got authority. Respect my authority. Now you're going to respect it, ain't you? You're going to take that car, the gas. You're going to take everything. You ain't got no socks. Get it out the house. Respect my authority. Stop voting for authority, people. Stop voting for authority. You know the self, which is not what I meant to put as the title, because that's how that works. It's supposed to be a thy. It was Christianified. Thy, they take the E out. But I want to go to the Christian preacher. Can we go to the Christian preacher? I need to show, because I'm trying to get through it. And there's a whole bunch I want to show you this morning. I only got so much time, y'all. I'm at slavery right now. I get away with stuff because I'm I'm a horrible slave. I suck as a slave. Oh, yes. No, they like to do bad things. That's the global bankers. Like to do bad things. That's not what I want to show you. Oh, that's positive. Anybody want to go to positive before we go to Christian? We go to positive. I got a positive thing I was going to show you. It's a brother from the UK, so you know he know what the hell he talking about because he got that UK accent. Yes, I still want a UK accent. Yes, absolutely. Yes, because I was it's birth bigotry. I still think that UK people smarter than us people because they talk like that. Slavery is a something. I think I saved the video. Hold on, who sent this to me? One of my Christian friends. That's why. I know it's one of y'all. I love y'all to death. I love everybody. Christian, Muslim, Taoist. I got all kind of friends. Atheist, agnostic. We've been on my Christian friend list. I thought you said that you grew up in the church. I did, and I love Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ told me that I'm not supposed to have nothing to do with Christians right now because they a little wayward. But I will ally with this Christian preacher right here. Who sent this to me? Oh, you know what I did? I shared it on my page. That's what I did. My inbox. If I don't respond to you in the inbox, please don't take it personal. People send me stuff all morning long to try to get me to be scared. They send me stuff every morning. I try to get through it. I try to focus on what would be nice to talk about to the people. And so I can't even go to my inbox so much. Let me go over to my Free the Planet or Bust. Humanity. What's the name of my page? Free the Planet or Bust. Humanity is freeable. Yes, that's the positive part of it. is we actually don't have to do this. We deserve all of this, but we don't have to continue on. It just means that you got to look at people and say we all on the same side, including the 1%. We all on the same side. We all I share. Oh, I didn't share it. Oh yeah, I did. Here we go. Here we go. Want to hit? Here you go. No, it's 10 minutes. I didn't. Yeah, this is like church. I didn't watch the whole thing. I used to sleep in church a lot. No. Slavery as a child was hard in my house. My father was a military father. He used to make us read the Bible to the whip. I read the Bible through 3 times in my life. 3 times and read the whole Bible through. All right, hang on. Here we go. Here you go. We going to church, y'all. We going to this ain't cuss church. He's going to cuss like Tony will. Let's put him next to the broken globe. The globe is bustified. Here we go. Let me know if you get. I might have to turn the music off.
And in some
Let
cases,
church say
it's
amen.
already happening.
Amen, church.
Conscious and aware, and you watch what's happening around you.
Sound
You're
good?
going to know that what I'm going to give you here tonight is certainly plausible and probable,
Ow.
and in some cases, it's already happening. There's going to be 12 reasons or 12 things that are going to lead the world, according to the study.
Yes, Lord.
12 things that are going to lead the world into a totalitarian one world government. We need that totalitarian one world government according to Revelation 13. The Antichrist will reign over the world. Now he'll have his enemies. You read the book of Daniel, you'll find out the Antichrist does not have absolute rule over the earth. He's got his enemies. But for the most part, he does. These are the 12 things. Number 1, create a problem. Create a problem. Take a flu-like illness with very common symptoms that can be easily treated at a 99.97 recovery rate, essentially a bad dose of seasonal flu. But like the regular flu, can be dangerous to people with weak immune systems or serious underlying health issues. Call it COVID-19. I'm not saying I agree entirely with this, with the premise of it, because I've seen people die. We're seeing people die. And I've seen people die at a rate that the flu doesn't kill them like that. And I've seen them get sick and die in a matter of days. I haven't seen the flu do that. This is, according to Jack Keane, a 4-star general, he says this is a manufactured virus. Manufactured. It is bioterrorism. Okay. Now this is, I believe that too. I believe it. I firmly believe it. There's a scientist that has just come out in India. She has come out and she has made a thorough study of this, and she says it is bioterrorism.
All right, we're going to stop right there because they're going to delete the video. I'm sorry, I disagree with all of that. Facebook, do not delete my video or my page. I completely disagree with this. Is natural and organic and came out the jungle. It was because the bat and the monkey and the snake got together, feeling a little titillated, and they was playing around and stuck in things, and the next thing you know is we all getting sick. That's my position. Don't delete my video. Do not report me. Y'all need to be worried. You need to be scared. Not of the people who want to change your DNA, but from bat and bird DNA coming to get you. We all gonna die, y'all. Hashtag. Why do you think hashtag we all gonna die? I'm not gonna show the rest of this. But I feel like I'm in church. I'm about to go to sleep. I used to sleep in church. My pastor, he in heaven right now. My first pastor, Pastor Mark. All right, let me stop. No, let's finish. Because the church is getting involved, and that's important.
No question about
Because the holy warriors, when they get their list, these people have done this before. If you study the Crusades, when they get involved, then it's going to get hot. It's about to get hot. So it's time to wake up. My mom used to have candy, and she'd give me candy, and that's how she wakes us up in church. And the other thing she had was these things called fingernails. If honestly, and the pastor looking at you. That's why I like to sit by my mom in church, because she get in there, get the blood going.
it. But just keep in mind, there is a problem. All right? This is not a hoax. There is a virus out there killing people. Okay? That's a fact. No question about that. But the issue tonight is going to be how they're going to use that. All right? You provoke a terrified reaction. Use the mainstream media to provoke massive fear. Ensure daily reporting of any death of someone with COVID as being a death from COVID. Report all cases even though most people have no or mild symptoms. Bribe scientists with grants and doctors with bonus payments for supporting testing and vaccinations. Now this is happening. This is documented. This is happening. No question about it. Number 3, impose lockdowns. Lockdowns. Now notice, these are progressive steps to lead to a totalitarian, one world, dictatorial government. Impose lockdowns. Impose national, local lockdowns. Commence the Great Reset to transfer wealth and power up to global corporations and the financial elite. Destroy small businesses, strengthen global corporations, cause a massive rise in state debt to international financiers, push cashless payments. We know that these people that are multi-billionaires are richer now than they were when this started. And that's something that needs to be looked into. Number 4, exaggerate the cases. Use totally unreliable PCR tests to massively exaggerate the number of cases or so-called infections among healthy people who have no symptoms and cannot spread any infection. It is a fact, from what I've observed, that many people have had COVID-19 tested positive for COVID-19 and never had any symptoms. Never had any symptoms. I can't even remember anybody ever having the flu and never having symptoms. Mandate face mask. Promote fear to signal public compliance by mandating mask. In reality, cloth masks are totally ineffective against any virus. Prolonged use of masks actually increases health risks due to the lack of oxygen, breathing in waste air, and fungal infections. Now this is what's being said. And of course, you know they've waffled back and forth about masks. At first they said you don't need to wear one, and now they're changing it. But the mask is an element of control, because the mask is being used to control where you can go. Keep that in mind. It's control where you can't go into a store without a mask on. See, it's controlling your movements. Like I said at the beginning, this is about controlling you and educating you and training you to follow the leader. Impose contact tracing. Normalize surveillance. Get people to accept having all their personal movements and contact with people tracked, recorded, and analyzed. And to this day, I'm not exactly sure of how much this cell phone you have in your pocket is monitoring you. Well, I turn it off. That's not going to change anything. That's an issue. Because if you no longer have your privacy, then you are being controlled. Because if they can watch what you're doing, they can control you. Number 7, impose health passport ID systems. This is what it's coming to. Remember, you can't go into the store without a mask on. See, they're conditioning you to be controlled and directed in where you can go. So impose health passport IDs.
Now you're under control. And now you're under control. And
I'm not even thinking about what he is. It's 700 Club Hour, Jim Bacon's hookers. What's the name of the song? Rage Against the Machine.
now they do what they taught you. Now you're under control. Now you do what they taught you. Now you're under control.
That's how my mind would work. My mind worked the same way when I was 10 as it does now. I'm scatterbrained, can't stay on the topic. I keep moving, I can't do this much longer. But it's important, don't be hating on religion, because guess what? Dave's right too. Dave's right. You in Revelations right now, ain't you? He's laughing, huh? How's that other song go? That nobody's laughing at God when they're at the Starbucks. Nobody's laughing at God when you're at the Starbucks getting latte mocha, latte shot with coconut milk. Nobody's laughing at God when they got the cuckoo virus. How does that song go? I'm horrible with songs. Nobody's laughing at God when they're in the hospital. That's what she said. Nobody's because ain't nobody laughing at God right now. Nah, don't be laughing at God. This was all plotting and planned. Now, I don't think they got it right. I think they didn't change Revelations a little bit. John on the island of Patmos had a vision, maybe had a little cannabis or something else with that in the upper room and didn't get it all exactly right. But damn it, ain't we in the end of the world? We at the end. We in the end right now. We in the end times. Listen to everybody's end time story and don't be a hater. Because somebody broke the door. That's the planet, right? That's your planet right there. This is a time to listen to the Muslims, the Jews, the Christians, the atheists, the climate change. Everything right now, everything is happening. All of it. All of it. Now I'm waiting for the Stay Puft Man to come out the ocean and fight the Godzilla and Mothra come in to save the day. But that's where we are. Can I do Ice Cube? Or y'all don't get mad at me. My friends, they get tired of that. I love it. Because I grew up on Ice Cube. Like, I grew up in that time. I was a Jim Crow Joe. I was a Jim Crow Joe child. I grew up. I hadn't been to the prisons and watched. He done wrote that law, put all my little black friends in prison. I hadn't been there. That's why I'd love to talk about. I was going to explain to people why Ice Cube is being called a white supremacist. Can we talk about that? Y'all gonna get upset with me. It's not my planet. No, it's not, Jonathan Hoagland. It is the planet belongs to the children of the 0.01%. You just breathing up their oxygen, you taking up some land, and you're dropping nitrate in places that they have not blessed you to drop some nitrate. And you're drinking up their water too. The Human League, Thompson Twins, The Cure. Yeah. The Bible is just a conditioned script that we have been rehearsing for the 2000 some odd. That's not true, Beaufont. I disagree with that. The Bible was a book put together by people who put cannabis in incense and was modified through cultural appropriations for a couple hundred years. But if you go back to the original version, the original scripture that came out of the Hindu Naga text, and that was probably not even the first book neither. Somebody saw something and they wrote it down. Most of which it was probably aliens, but all that love each other and dying thither and all of that stuff is true. That stuff is good. If you love each other, give them the shirt off your back, build a new world, make sure everybody got food. See, look at this. If he had a Bible, and he had a Bible, not today's Bible, but the original Gita Bible book, Quran thing, the original text, he wouldn't be plotting against him. Because the book would say, don't consent against thy neighbor, right? I feel like I'm in church now. I'm explaining to Beaufont. I have no idea why I'm talking scripture to Beaufont Jenkins. I have no idea. The man makes anus cakes. I have no idea why I'm explaining this. If they didn't covet after the bigger Gigantopithecus species, food, and women, they wouldn't have this problem. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be if they said, you know what, this is a garden of Eden and we got food everywhere. How about we all just share? No, because this one right here, he looking at the mama. See, I see something that y'all don't see. I see something that y'all don't see. This ain't about food. See, he looking across the water and he see the size of some bazoombas. This is what men do. This is why you cannot have patriarchal world. This is why you cannot give man power over anything. Okay, he's like, no, nigga. He's coveting thy neighbor's wife. And this is how this happened. And somebody back then say, yeah, the Bible ain't real. You ain't supposed to believe. We can consent if we want to. All we gotta do is get some spears and sharpen them. We can go stick them in them and take their women. Because isn't that the basis of every war? Women is the spoil. Women is the spoil of every war. Always has been. Okay? All right? Always has been. And this is precisely why I do not smoke cannabis. I don't have to. See how I tied all that together? I don't have to smoke no cannabis. I don't smoke. I don't have to do none of that. I am cannabis curious. I'm psychedelic curious. The way my brain works, no, I don't need no drugs. Ooh, positive note. Let's go out on. I need a positive note. Positivity. I don't think it's too late. I don't think it's all over. I don't think it's too late. It's really, no, I don't think it's too late. I don't think it's too late. What time is it?
Our main goal here is to make sure everybody has a good time. It's a trip of a lifetime.
A good time.
He said, you're going to come to an outstanding world-class fishery, and he didn't lie.
Not in the new normal, you're not. No, Arctic Lodges, y'all about to go. Who is that? Plumbers Arctic Lodges. Somebody need to take this link and go and send it to the Premier Guided Adventures in Canada Pristine Wilderness, because that's not happening. Only 9 weeks per year. Ain't gonna be no weeks per year, because you're not gonna go nothing. You're not gonna own that airplane. You can't own no fishing equipment. You can't own no string. You can't own a hook, and you damn sure can't travel how you want to. Once you get your GMO cure, you will be told what to go, where to do, how to do, who to do, and all the doo-doo. And then it's gonna be doo-doo world, because they broke the world.
This whole stuff happens because we tolerate wrong behaviour and we allow criminals to just do what they do, and we believe all this rubbish they write on paper actually means something.
This all happened because we allow criminals to do what they do, and we chose which criminals were the good criminals. We like the left or the right side of the criminal organization. You see what I'm saying? And if we was the best criminals, the empire.
Somebody made a good quote this morning. I quoted. It was Max Kaiser. He said the empires don't fall from without, they fall from suicide. We did this. We cheered it on, and now stop it. Stop doing that. You got that ballot, rip that thing up, get some fire and get that thing. No more consenting. We consent to criminals. There's no way you're not gonna get a criminal world. There's no honor among thieves, and then your globe and your planet gonna look just like that.
It's unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it.
All theatre for the masses, folks, just to keep people distracted and make people think that politics actually means something and that you're actually doing something to improve the situation when you're not. But if you just put it in the headlines like that and bring it to the people, then you can make a big fuss about something so it can be swept under the carpet later and lost amongst the new headlines, which of course is what the majority of all of this political theatre and political rhetoric is for in the first place. But again, so much of it is simply distraction. I mean, the human race is ridiculous when you look at it. You know, if you step back and look at the whole thing, the whole monkey show, it really does look like a monkey show. It's like a circus, folks. You've got this race of people just squabbling amongst each other, arguing over who's the best leader, who isn't the best leader, manufacturing wars against each other, dropping bombs on each other, starving each other, just doing outrageous things against each other. Most of it is simply distraction.
Monkeys. I am not the only one that says that y'all some monkeys. I'm spiritual wave. Monkeys. This is why I got the monkeys up all the damn time, because it's the mirror. This is your society. Pretend that's your society. Here's the mirror. Monkeys. Why? Because he ain't no different than you. You look over there, you see Bolivia's lithium. And then you agree with your politician that Bolivia needs freedom. You look over there, you see Iraq, you see their oil. You agree with your criminal that they need to be free. And so you begin to sharpen your Pentagon to go rob them. And the Bible says, thou shalt not steal. That's why I say it's not fake news. Monkeys, right? But you're not monkey. I mean, you are part of your father, your heavenly father, God, wave, creature, plank, energy, Allah thing. You just got to get out of that monkey evolution, right? This need to be fighting with the other tribe, this need to covet and steal what they have. And this is why I think if you look at it at a principle level, there is a root religion that all of this stems from. When you leave people alone and you love each other, you discover consciousness and you realize that you are everybody else. You can't be in conflict with anybody when you realize you are everybody, because you're just in conflict with yourself. That's why our movement has to be a conscious one. We have to discover consciousness. And this is what he's trying to tell you, right? That we are conscious creatures. We are consciousness. We're just trapped inside these 8 bodies, and they like to eat Twinkies and bagels and Starbucks, and that's not saving grandmama. No matter how tight your mask is.
A little deeper, it also becomes very apparent that most of the wars that we've been fighting in the last 100 years, 150 years, have not been fought under the pretext that we think they've been fought for, What they've been mostly about has been simply to erase history,
Every
to
war is
bomb
a
the
racket.
infrastructure, to bomb the cities. That's why when countries go to war, it isn't the leaders going to war with each other. What they do is they go and they decimate all of the architecture and all of the old structures that were there from the previous civilizations. That's what most of this has been about. But yeah, that's the current state of the world, folks. It really is a joke when you look at it. And attempting to find a way out of this mess, I mean, it becomes almost an impossible task when you look at just how far humanity has strayed from their path. There are still a lot of good people attempting to suggest better options for humanity and suggest better ways we could do things. But as a whole, the human race has most certainly lost its way. Look at the way we used to do things. Even some of the most simple people on earth, the way we used to do things was so much more efficient and so much more beneficial than anything we seem to be doing today with all of the things we have at our disposal, all the technology, all the stuff we have. We really should be going in a positive direction, but if you look at the human race, we're just not. It's just this massive circus of infighting and squabbling and wars and political rhetoric and social rhetoric and nothing which really helps the human experience at all. A lot of people feel like they need to do more. People who are good people in their own lives and they're doing what they can to survive. They're living in a conscious way. They're not ripping people off to survive. They're doing what they can, but they feel like they need to be doing more. And it's by realizing these sort of things and realizing how short this experience really is, and all the little things we do that we think mean something very often don't. They may be important to us at the time, but if you look back at your life, you'll find that a lot of the things you really had to get done were not important at all. They
Weren't important at all. Ooh, that has me going down a consumer route. So think about this. I'm not even sure where this thought is going. But usually it ends up somewhere, because I don't know where these thoughts come from. So with the, what is this damn thing we're called that we are PSRs for? The IMF World Debt Reset Program. You don't get to own anything, that you have no ownership, nothing. And they're going to forgive the debts that you have buying all that stuff so they can steal it. Which is really funny because it means they're stealing their own debt. They're no. It's funny because it means that they're robbing you and they're paying off what they own that you don't get to own, and you're happy that they're paying it off and stealing it from you. So you can't take it with you. That's basically what they're saying. You can't take it with you. Does that sound familiar? Busy in life, working, slaving in forced labor tax colonies called nations to buy things that the people who sell them to you didn't even pay for. They stole them from other people. They stole the resources and put things together, and they made you work as a slave your entire life to buy them, and you never owned them. And you never owned the land. And they can take it all back from you. There's something happening. You can't take it with you. Basically, there's a whole analogy behind that you're born naked on the earth with nothing, and you're leaving with nothing. The only thing that you leave here is love. That's all you leave. Love or hate. Lessons. You live your life, and the rest of us will make decisions based on how you lived your life. And you spent your entire life fighting the damn Republicans. You spent your entire life fighting the Democrats. You spent your entire life fighting terrorism. You spent your entire life fighting, agreeing with your birth bigotry to amass all of these things that mean nothing. Your car, your house, your clothes, your jewelry, it means nothing, because at the end of the day, death, or the 0.01% that you keep voting for, are going to take it all from you. Monkeys.
They weren't about you, they weren't about the world, they weren't about improving life on this earth. They were simply some little insignificant goal that you thought meant something at the time, but it didn't. Ultimately, it didn't. And really what this...
They were all hits. Think about it like that. All the little things you did that you thought had meaning, and come to find out they never made you happy, never brought you joy, never did what it needed to do, and you had to keep doing it. It's like smoking crack pipes. It's funny, post that meme with Dave Chappelle, crackhead, you a crackhead, ha ha ha, you crackhead, crackhead. Yeah, well, you know what? He did his thing to make him feel better and it worked. You did your thing to make yourself feel better, and guess what? It worked too, but you got to take another hit to keep feeling good. We are all crackheads. We are crackheads for jewelry, crackheads for cars, crackheads for houses, crackheads for salary jumps, crackheads for winning elections. We are crackheads. We keep taking hits and we're junkies. When you truly find joy and happiness, you are happy within the position you're in. You're happy within your own means. You are happy when you're happiest when you see other people happy, but you don't always need a hit from all of these unsustainable things that nobody needs.
This is the journey. That's what life is about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the journey. It's about what you do to improve the human experience along the way, your own experience and the experience of others. How much you find yourself, and in finding yourself, how much you're able to find and connect with others. That's one of the most important things, because when you look at the world, you look at what we've become, you look at all of this technology, where it's leading us, as I've very often said, it's taking our life skills from us. It's taking all of the data from us. It's like this huge smart grid which is gathering the data for the human experience, correlating all the data to see what the current state of human consciousness is at the end of this cycle. And it's removing our life skills from us is one of the most important things to see in this. And there's so much good in technology. There's so much good stuff we can do with it. But it's got such a hold over us now that even by people attempting to make a difference in the world, it's very difficult to stop the smart grid from.
Let's stop that right there. Because why does technology have a hold over us? Technology is invented to make life better, but for some reason it just makes us more enslaved. Because corporations are using the technology, who own all the patents, which is why my friends talk about an open source world where there's no patents. They use it to make money, right? Governments use it because it gives them more power. And we're not fighting for each other. And so corporations are maximizing their wealth, and governments are maximizing their power on the technology that's invented to make the human experience better. This is why I'm a hippie. This is why, and this is the perspective I speak from when it comes to technology, because we can save everybody. We can free everybody from monkey conflicts. We can do that any day we choose to. It's just a choice. It is simply a choice. We have the technology to look out for everybody, but they use the technology to abuse you because you are trapped in your own birth bigotry and you're in conflict with another tribe of monkeys you see across the river. Technology doesn't enslave us. We enslave us. Slavery is a choice. Hashtag Kanye Aloysius West.
Where it's going, it's going to be very, very difficult to stop this rolling out because it just has really gotten hold of people and it's just going to follow its natural course. I don't think there's any way we really can stop it. So that's the way we're going, folks, and there's very little we can do to stop it. The state of the world, folks, it really is chaotic. It's so much like a circus out there. People running around, nobody really knows what they're doing. As I said, it's like a monkey show. I don't see how we can ever change the direction we're going unless there is some type of mass epiphany. We're not going to get it from any type of political rhetoric or any type of political action. The whole political system is corrupt. So there is no remedy in that arena that will ever be found. The only remedy that will be found is when people are prepared to change what's in their hearts. And frankly, I don't see enough people doing that. It's just a sad reality to happen.
I don't either, but don't let it be a sad reality, right? And this is where the whole hippie thing comes in. Love is always the answer. People just have to tap into their hearts. Like, why would Ice Cube, which y'all don't want me to talk about, but I'm still talking about it because I'm defiant. Told you I'm not a slave. We didn't watch it, but I'm going to tie it back to this. Why would he go meet with the right? Because he grew up in the hood. He grew up in South Central LA. He knows that the Democrats nor Republicans have ever been on the side of poor people anywhere in this country. And so he put a plan together, and he says, you know, I need to get this done. What's it called? The Platinum Plan or something like that? I forgot what it was called. I only watched a couple seconds of it. The left said, yeah, that sounds good. Let's talk about it after the election. Excuse me? Y'all been saying that for 40 years. Let's talk about it after the election, which means you ain't gonna do it. That's what it means. It's like the crime bill. Oh, we're sorry about the crime bill, but we're not gonna change none of it. We're gonna keep putting you in prison. And so the right said, hey, let's talk. So he went to go talk to him. That's what an adult does. That's why Ice Cube went to the right, not because he's racist or he's changing teams, because he has love in his heart. He has love in his heart. He knows that there are kids right now growing up in South Central LA that are dealing with things that they shouldn't have to deal with. If the adults actually did their damn job, which is look out for the next generation. So love is the answer. It's about finding love in your heart and understanding why people on the other side, let me shrink this. Understand why people on the other side are the way they are. Understand the grass is never greener on the other side. There's more enslaved monkeys over there who are enslaved to gravity, lack of automation, artificially scarcity laws and legislation. Is definitely about getting love in your heart. Last quote I will quote is Gerard Jenkins Hay. He said, what that damn fool say? he said, damn it, what did he say? Don't eat no damn okra. We all gonna die. And the question doesn't matter. The answer is always love. The answer is always love. The questions don't ever matter. If you answer every question with love, you're good to go. If you answer questions with tribalism and rob Peter to pay Paul, politics, patriarchal concepts of if there's more of us, we're right, that arrogance and ignorance that is behind democracy and rule by force and mob rule, that's how you break your earth, right there. That's your earth right there. You done broke that, right there. That crack in the globe, you done did that. We broke the planet, and now we're in this paradigm moment, though, which is the positive part of what he's saying there, which is in the cut when the world is broken. That's when you can decide if you're going to let the Democrats, Republicans, United States Incorporated, British Incorporated, Canada Incorporated all come together with the IMF and the bankers and get some duct tape. And just take a big old thing of duct tape and put the earth back together the same corrupt way they did it, or if we're going to build something new.
Have to face, but it is a reality. And the best thing anybody can do, I would suggest, is to be the best person they can be, to establish good relations with people around them so that they have that support group to be able to get through what is coming. And there's still a lot of good people in the world, folks, for all of the terrible stuff that's happening.
Everybody's
for
good
all
people.
of the infiltration of the truth movement, for all the infiltration into these activist movements, there's still good.
Every movement is a good movement. Like, people don't start movements on bullshit. They start movements because there's something solid about it. Like even Black Lives Matter. Like I said, same push that got it started was something good was behind it. Even White Lives Matter, even Blue Lives Matter. Nobody does anything thinking they're the bad guy. People do things because they're good. They want to do good. Now, what does it become? It becomes corrupt. Because that's how this works. This is how monkey world works when they're robbing Peter to pay Paul. But everybody is good people. We're just indoctrinated into our own bigotry, and it's hard for a lot of us to get out of it. So I don't know if that's what y'all talking about, Ice Cube, and that was the name of the plan, the Black People Code Project, help black people something. I don't know. I don't really care. I know that he's doing it because he has love in his heart. And I can empathize with that, and I'm fine with that. But where I'm at in my consciousness right now, I'm fine with where he is. But I'm saying that if you're not helping all people, then it's not help. It's just more tribalism, right? When you have the automation and resources, and this is where I think experience comes in. You want to talk about South Central LA and the hood life, but you know what? Hollywood, Ice Cube is the person that you talk to. But when you want to talk about automation and food growth automation, 3D printing houses, things that we actually have within the public domain, outside of what they keep private, we can take care of everybody. So I'm not interested in the Black People Project. I'm interested in the love in his heart, where he's willing to stand up and go work with people that would make a whole nation of brown people not like him. It's called love, people. That's called love.
People. The problem is that we're looking for some sort of external savior, some sort of external source. We join these activist movements because we think the movement itself is going to bring about change. But really, as I said, it's the personal actions, the little things we can each do every day in our own lives that makes a difference. Another thing is people's craving for information, more and more information. People want to know everything about everything, and they seem to want information, the information life can give them, more than the wisdom that life can give them. And that's an important factor as well. The problem is that people are so lost and so disconnected from themselves that they look for gratification in these things. This is the crux of the whole thing, folks. This is the key to the whole problem, the loss of self. The fact that people are so disconnected from each other because they're so disconnected from themselves, that's why I've often said if we could just respect ourselves enough, we would find that respect for other people comes by default once that point happens. Once you get to that point of self-respect, once you really know yourself and really know what this human experience is, you see all the barriers that you thought existed between you and other people just simply fall away. And it gets very frustrating to see this type of a situation that we've sort of got ourselves into, whereby we're very often simply unable to communicate with each other because we don't know ourselves enough. We don't know how to express ourselves in the right way. And so many people are offended by little things. They have these little scenarios in their mind of how certain social situations should work for them, and if they don't work in that way, or they don't flow the way they want them to, they get offended, they get withdrawn, they sit there and pout because they have a stake in the outcome. They have a stake in the outcome of everything they say. And we've got a situation where everybody's had everything taken from them, so everybody has this desperate need to be heard now. This desperate need to do something, to have some form of value, to get enough likes on Instagram, to get enough likes on Facebook, to have some value in the virtual world, because they don't feel like they have value in the real world. And that's the situation that we've got. People's need to have value, people's need to be heard, and everyone wanting to clamber to the top of the pile to establish themselves and have their 2 cents worth and throw it in the pot and act like it means something. Too many people are simply not prepared to step back a little bit and just take in the bigger picture and see what's really happening here. Unfortunately, most people are simply lost. Most people are looking for something and they're not even sure what it is they're looking for. You really do see why the world is in the state that it's in, and why people are just running around with like chickens with their heads cut off, banging into each other, all attempting to get their voices heard above the cacophony of everybody else. You see exactly why this is. Many of them don't realize that the place that they're looking for is the journey itself, and they're missing out on the journey because they're so focused on what the outcome of the journey will be. Life is what happens while you're planning other things, and it's really important to take that into account. That the important part about it is the journey. It's the moments that you're experiencing every day. This is the place that you're looking for, and very often we're missing out on that place because we think that place exists at the end of the path. We don't realize that the path we're on is the place. There is no other place. There is no place you're going to get to. There is no place of enlightenment. It's the journey itself, and it's what you do with the information that comes to you along the way. But most people have this focal point of what life should be once they've made it, in inverted commas. But what is making it? Making it really is discovering yourself, and that is what life is about, and that is the most important part of life, and that is the most important part of the journey. That is the journey. Life is a journey of self-discovery. There's nothing else to it, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter about all the stuff that you collect along the way. It doesn't matter what image you think you've built for yourself. It doesn't matter whether you've built yourself up to be a pop star or
We can have this and more if we open up the doors. Well, what do you think?
what about you? What have you discovered about you, and what have you gotten from the journey? What do you have to offer other people to help them discover themselves? I mean, there's so much more to this than what we're given to believe, ladies and gentlemen. We're given all these superficial things that we're told we need to measure ourselves up to, when really the entire journey of life is a journey of self-discovery.